Hi, Kathy. Hi. Thanks everybody for joining us today. We're going to give just a couple more minutes for people to filter in.
Sounds good. Hello, Miss Kathy.
Hello, hello.
All right, I think we're going to get started here. My name is Brandon Murray, and I am a certified archivist here with the Dallas Public Library. And I am going to introduce today's presenter with the Planning and Urban Design Department with the City of Dallas, Mr. Joe Yanez, and he will take it away.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Brandon. My name is Joe Yanez. I'm work for the City of Dallas, a Planning and Urban Design Department. And I'd like to welcome you to Navigating City Services. I will be your host during this workshop. I'd like to begin by saying thank you to Dallas Public Library for allowing us to use their library virtual presentation series. Make sure I didn't click too many. All right, so here's our agenda, and basically saying hello. I will be giving you an overview of planning and urban design. We will be discussing some of the services within the city. We'll give you an idea of how many departments there are in the city, hence a workshop to help navigate through some of these cities, some of these departments. And we'll also go through a question and answer period. And if there is a question I do not have an answer for, I'll definitely take note of that and get back with you. And then we have a few announcements that we'll be going through. Thank you for joining us. The mission of Plan Urban Design is to advance livability, economic vibrancy, sustainability, and equity throughout Dallas. We help develop and facilitate citywide and neighborhood comprehensive plans and policies through an effective community engagement. And I'm part of the community engagement team. And effective community engagement, in a nutshell, if we're working with neighborhoods, we will engage the neighborhood. We will have meetings to engage them and have their feedback and what they'd like to see in their neighborhood, what's important in their neighborhood. We also facilitate neighborhood revitalization in targeted neighborhoods, and we build and strengthen neighborhood organizations. Part of building and strengthening neighborhood organizations are these workshops that we're doing right now, as a matter of fact. Workshop overview is to inform residents about city services and programs. I hope there are several services within the city and we'll be able to introduce you to that maybe you've not heard about. We're all familiar with 311 and 911, but there are a few tips that help us improve our reporting and our calling into and using of the 311 and 911 services. We also hope to introduce neighborhood organizations and residents to city departments and share some community resources. Capacity building workshops. We use these to help build and strengthen neighborhood organizations, as well as introduce residents of the city of Dallas that possibly are not members of a neighborhood organization. As you see in the first box, Navigating City Services. I guess we could say this is part one. There are several departments within the city and several services. We could not do that all in one presentation. So there will be a part two, and I'm sure a part three in the future. We have a land use basics workshop. Of course, I'm with Planning and Urban Design, so we work with planners. So that will be coming up during the announcement phase. I'll give you a date and time for that workshop. How to form a neighborhood organization workshop. We just recently went through that workshop. I'm sure we'll be doing that one again. And also Data is Power workshop. These are just a few of the workshops that we provide to the residents of the city and also to our neighborhood organizations. Neighborhood organizations. They are comprised of neighborhood associations, crime watch groups, homeowners associations, and neighborhood coalitions. A coalition would be a group of neighborhood organizations that come together and possibly only the leaders meet, and maybe they share a common issue that they would like to present to City Hall. So it begs questions. Are you a member of a neighborhood organization? Is there a neighborhood organization in your area? And are you interested in possibly forming a neighborhood organization? We can help you with all of this, and I hope that some of those questions will be answered possibly during this workshop. We also host a neighborhood organization map. It's an interactive map that you can get through our website. You can go to DallasCityHall.com. Under departments, you can click on planning and urban design and see our interactive map. This map will help you answer the question, is there a neighborhood organization within my neighborhood? And it'll give you boundaries, and you'll be able to see that, find your neighborhood and locate that group. And if there's not one, I hope you would consider forming one. If you know that there is a neighborhood organization in your area and you do not see it on the map, definitely contact us or contact your group leader, your chairperson, and it's a voluntary sign up. There are no funds required, and you can get in on our neighborhood map and have access to our resource guide. We call it a resource guide. It's basically a monthly newsletter, but you'd have access to the resource guide. City of Dallas. Here's some fun facts I was asked to put together here. 9th largest city, population 1.4 million. You'll see the square miles, you see the acres. I'm sure you'll all agree with me. We have beautiful parks. We've got some great lakes. As you can see, the budget is $3.8 billion. We have 13,000 employees, 76 departments, hence our workshop, Navigating City Services. And there are 14 council districts, and our government style in our city is called a strong city manager government. Our mayor, Eric Johnson, is the leader of the group of our city, as the mayor of our city. His authority is basically that of a city council member. Our mayor is elected every 4 years. As I mentioned earlier, we have a strong city manager run city. Our city manager is TC Broadnax and is considered the top appointed official within our city. Here's an organization chart. Through the library, we will be putting out, distributing the link to this PowerPoint, so you can be able to spend a little bit more time on this organization chart and kind of look through it. There have been, in the recent years, some new departments have been added, the Office of Equity and Inclusion, and several other departments. Council districts and service areas. You're probably familiar with council districts. Service areas, you may not know that service areas are what the city's divided up into, and they're used by sanitation, code enforcement, and also used by Dallas Police Department. There are 7 service areas within the city of Dallas. Here are council members: Councilmember Chad West, District 1, Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem in District 2, Adam Medrano. We have Casey Thomas. Let me see if I can move these windows a little bit. District 4, we have Councilmember Carolyn King Arnold, excuse me. Councilmember District 5, we have Councilmember Jaime Facendez. District 6, we have Councilmember Omar Narvaez. District 7, we have Councilmember Adam Balzaldua. District 8, we have Councilmember Tanel Atkins. District 9, Councilmember Paula Blackman. District 10, Adam Magoo. District 11, Councilmember Lee Kleinman. District 12, Councilmember Kara Mendelson. District 13, Councilmember Jennifer Staubach Gates. And District 14, Councilmember David Blewett. Each of your council members has a liaison in the office that you can contact with any questions that you may have. Where is my council district? What council district am I in? Again, go to DallasCityHall.com, and there is a drop-down box with council districts, council members, and you can read a little bio once you locate your council member in your district. Here are the service areas. I was talking to you about 7 service areas: North Central, Northeast, Northwest, Central, Southwest, South Central, and Southeast. And so the city is broken up. Most city departments will use these service areas. I know that sanitation uses them, code enforcement uses them, and Dallas Police Department. Although Dallas Police Department, of course, has also broken down in other areas. It's important to stay informed with your city government and what's going on in our city. Some ways to do that is to visit dallascityhall.org, dallascitynews.net. Time Warner Cable, you can go to channel 95, AT&T and UVerse, channel 99, Verizon, channel 47, and our radio station, WRR, FM 101.1. And as it says here, the council meetings are on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of the month. See those on our radio, listen to those in our radio station. Power in numbers. And this is a very old concept. I like to say the squeaky wheel gets the greased. And it's one of the best reasons why I believe one should join the neighborhood organization in their area and or think about forming one. Our residents are the eyes and ears of our neighborhood. It has been said that a city is only as great as its neighborhoods. More voices ensures your request will be given priority. I've been with the city approximately 15 years, and I have seen this in action. I have seen many groups present at a city council, at town hall meetings, and I have actually seen policies change because of the number of folks that are present at those meetings and them voicing their concerns. Encourage your neighbors to contact 311. If there's an issue in your neighborhood and you call 311, believe me that the issue will get a higher priority if they've got several people calling in regarding that one issue. Requesting services, contact 311. Provide as much detail as you can. If you're calling Dallas Animal Services or you call 311 and you're routed to Dallas Animal Services, where did you see the animal that you're talking about, the loose animal? Is it a dog? Is it spotted? Is it medium? Is it large? All the information you can give is great. And encourage your neighbors to use to report your issues and to call 311. When you contact 311, you will get in touch with an agent, and your request will be given a number that is called the service request number. I encourage residents to go through the 311 system before you even call the department. You may have a contact or know someone in sanitation or code, and you want to call them, and your issue might get resolved, but they have a record of it. There's not a main record of it. So it's important to go ahead and call 311 and get your service request number before you even call the department. And anytime you call them, you can always reference the service request number and make a note of that. You can also make your request known to 311 through the Our Dallas 311 app, which is extremely handy. It took me less than a minute to use it one day and report a loose dog. And because of the GPS in your phone, you don't have to necessarily input an address. Your phone's already got it in there. So, I kind of whipped it out, took a picture of the dog, made a note that it's a loose dog, hit send, and I was done. That's Our Dallas 311 app. When you visit dallascity.com, you'll notice a great little service called Dalbot, and it's just a 24-hour chat. And you see it, on a lot of websites, they'll have the chat that'll come up, and you can, pretty much in live time and begin chatting or putting your message in there. And it's also in Spanish, Dalbot chat. See that at dallascityhall.com. We have the Dallas Police Department, our great Dallas Police Department. One of their app is called iWatch Dallas, which is a mobile app giving you a direct line to police from any cell phone and or personal computer, secure, anonymous, only to be used for non-emergencies. Volunteer in Patrol is a safety program that DPD, Dallas Police, offers to our neighborhoods. It's non-confrontational, uses volunteers to help improve the safety in a neighborhood. They receive their training from the Dallas Police Department. Neighborhood Patrol Officers, or NPOs. Every neighborhood group that is registered with the city, neighborhood associations, homeowner associations, crime watch group, is assigned an NPO, a neighborhood patrol officer. I've been to many of these meetings. The officer comes in. A lot of times the officer will help facilitate the meeting, and the officer reports on crime on a monthly basis within the boundaries, only the boundaries of that neighborhood. And they've discussed how many break-ins, how many who was apprehended, what was this noise that they heard, a loud noise. If it was reported to DPD, the NPO may call. I was at a meeting once where the chairperson was contacted about 10:30 p.m. by her NPO. And he called her to tell her that he noticed as he's driving by that her back gate is always closed, but this time it was open, and she had left it open, and she was able to go back outside. And that was the St. Augustine Neighborhood Association in Pleasant Grove. So here's our service areas again. Southwest, our Senior Corporal Brian Martinez. South Central, Officer Perry Richardson. Southeast, Officer Brian Joseph. Central, we have Officer Adelia Pesina. These are your NPOs. Northwest, Sergeant Diane Robinson. North Central is Senior Corporal Lindsay Allen. And in the Northeast, we have our Officer Kevin Kelly. I've had the pleasure of working with all of them. They do great work. They're in touch with the citizens, and they do some great work also with the National Night Out that we sponsor every year. Code compliance. As we have within the police department, our neighborhood patrol officer, neighborhood NPO, within code compliance, we have the NCR, the neighborhood code representative. These NCRs are also, just like the NPOs with DPD, Dallas Police Department, are assigned to the neighborhoods, and they also attend neighborhood organization meetings. They are a liaison between residents and code and enhancement department. They provide first line responses on code related questions, and they attend neighborhood meetings, and also they're just a great resource. And relationship is important. So I would encourage you to get in touch with your NPO, and whether you're a member of a neighborhood organization or not, who is my NPO? Get in touch with them, let them say hello, and also your neighborhood code representative. Here we have our code representatives. In Northeast is Michelle Lowe. Northwest, Lashana Slider. Central, Jose Ruiz. Southwest, we have Juan Johnny Garcia. South Central, Kelly Price. Southeast, Yvette Campbell. Here's a great program. And the first time I heard about it, I fell in love with it. I've used it many times with neighborhoods, called the Community Handful Tool Program. Did you know that the code has this office, this department, this program in which you can borrow lawn cutting tools, lawnmowers, weed eaters, tree loppers, rakes, and shovels. Oftentimes, for whatever project you're doing, they will provide with large trash bags and garden gloves. It's called a Community Hand Tool Program. All you need is a City of Dallas driver's license, and you're able to borrow these tools. Illegal dumping. Illegal dumping falls into two categories. 311, if you see a pile of trash that's not supposed to be in your neighborhood, a certain corner and not a designated area, you call 311 and you'd like to report an illegal dump site. If you see illegal dumping in progress, that's a crime. That's a 911 call. You call 911 and you tell them what you're seeing. Again, as much information as you can get. Color of vehicle, what the person is wearing. If you can get the license plate, that would be great. Illegal dumping is the deposing of litter or other solid waste at an unapproved solid waste site it is a criminal offense. It is punishable by fine and/or state jail. This illegal dumping as a crime falls under the responsibility of the city marshals. I need to remember to leave these slides up a minute, because if you look at the bottom right corner, you'll see some contact information. But we will also be providing a link through the city to Dallas Public Library to this presentation. Trash and bulky items. Bulky trash pickup is once a month, 10 cubic yards. And if you want an idea of what does 10 cubic yards look like, you can see that it's approximately 10 ovens. If you can see that, there's just a little idea what it looks like with a person, but that's 10 cubic yards. They used to say 3 minivans in the past, but this is what 10 cubic yards looks like. Cost Plus program within sanitation also, it's a fee-based special collection available outside your brush and bulky items. So place your brush and bulky items on the curb anytime through Thursday through Sunday before your collection week. You can use social media like Facebook, Nextdoor, and newsletters actually sanitation does this to provide friendly reminders. Some neighborhood groups purchase brush and bulky item notification signs, and they just need 4, 5, 6 of them, and they place them on certain neighborhood corners just to remind their neighbors that the bulk trash week is coming up. This is a great idea. Dallas Animal Services. Because of the changes that we've endured in the last year, several of our departments have had to go through different ways to announce their services or provide their services. Dallas Animal Services, adoptions are still available, but now you can go online and you can go through their online video and see the animals that are up for adoption. Home to Home is a new program. This offers the owner quality conversations with potential adopters. What this does was if somebody is cannot take care of their animal anymore, their pet, domesticated pet, instead of taking up space in the shelter, they can go straight to somebody that may want to adopt the animal. So it allows the pets to go directly from their old home to a new home. I think it's a great idea. Other city departments. Healthy Homes and Lead Hazard Reduction Program. This is a program out of, let me see if you guys can see that, housing and neighborhood revitalization. It helps to reduce home repairs. It helps with lead hazard reduction home repairs. It's a free program to income eligible residents, protects children in homes with deteriorated lead-based paint, assists qualifying households in identifying, removing, and/or stabilizing lead-based hazards. Healthy Homes and Lead Hazard Reduction Program. Our Home Improvement and Preservation Program. This program is currently closed at this time citywide. There is funding available in the following zip codes: 75212, 75208, and 75203. Dallas Parks and Recreation. We spoke a little bit briefly regarding our parks, the city of Dallas, and the great parks and lakes that we have. Get in touch with your program coordinators. Mr. Sam Franklin, you see the areas he's in. Southwest, again, they're the service areas: Southwest, Southeast, South Central. And Miss Sloan Anderson, Northwest, Northeast, and North Central. Got some phone numbers there. Again, relationship, feel free to give them a call and ask them their responsibilities and what are the, how can they assist you when it comes to your parks. Dallas Public Library, at this time, there are hotspots available and you can pick up at any library location. Library locations are closed at this time, except by appointment, but there is a curbside service that's available by appointment where you can still pick up and drop off books. I'm going to go into a slide in a minute that'll show you the ones that are open, and maybe you can locate yours there. Dallas Public Library offers their library information, ebooks, and more. And there's still live programs for kids that are online. Here are some locations. I'll leave that up a little bit, and maybe you can find yours there. Libraries to go. And they're open for services by appointment only. Dallas Public Library Planning and Urban Design would like to say thank you, as I said earlier, to the Dallas Public Library for allowing us to use their Ask the Expert Zoom learning series, which we're on right now. Some upcoming scheduled workshops. We've got Land Use Basics, Wednesday, January 27th at 2 p.m. Data is Power, Wednesday, February 17th at 2 p.m. You can follow
Hey,
us. Yes.
I was going to say as well. Also, I'm going to put in the chat the web address for the Library to Go webpage that's also got that information, so people can refer to it as well. So that'll be in the
Great.
chat.
Thank you, Brandon. My name is Joe Yanez. You have my contact information there, phone number I can be reached at. Feel free to call our office at 214-671-8900. We can go to some question and answers before we go into announcements.
Okay, we did have a couple of questions here. Let me go back and scroll here. Okay, one person asked what the difference between DallasCityHall.com and DallasCityHall.org was.
Great question. DallasCityHall.com is open to the public. I'm not sure about that DallasCityHall.org and what the difference is with those. I usually use DallasCityHall.com. It has the drop-down boxes to the city departments, city council, the mayor's office. That's the one I use. So it's a great question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I checked that while you were doing your presentation, and DallasCityHall.org just redirects to DallasCityHall.com today.
All right, thank you.
What can I say? That's the Dallas City Hall Library. Thank you, sir.
And then, in addition, someone mentioned that in regard to the City of Dallas parks in the neighborhoods, that the Alta Mesa Park needs a facelift. But apparently it's got some issues with it. But someone also asked, will someone's GPS record the potholes if they report them to 311? Still there?
Joe, did we lose you?
Oh, we might have.
I think we might have lost Joe. Let's give him just a moment to reconnect here.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. Hang on for us for just a sec. We had a slight connection issue. Hey, there you are, Joe.
All right. All right. First thing I was asking myself is, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. So we were in the question and answer time.
Yeah, so the first question that Brendan had relayed was somebody had a comment about a specific park. I don't know if we can address that specifically, but like if someone does have feedback about a city facility, what's the best way for them to go about that?
Again, the city park coordinators that I had mentioned earlier, Mr. Sam Franklin and or Ms. Sloan Anderson would be a great start. If it's an issue, definitely call 311. And make sure you jot down your service request number.
And in regard to 311, someone asked if their GPS would record the potholes as they report them, or if they need to actually mention specifically where the pothole is when they call it on their cell phone.
I don't know if it would, the address of a pothole, if that would pop up. It might be the address of the nearest home. So that's something that you can look into and using the app and see where it goes. I'd love the answer to that myself. So I'm not sure how it would record that. I do know that there are GPS numbers like to light poles. And so if somebody was going to, if there was a light out, and they used the GPS on the light pole, there's some reference coordinates to the location of a light pole. I'm not sure how it would work with a pothole, but definitely it sounds to me like a 311 call.
Okay. And then as another participant asked if you could provide the MPO contacts again.
Sure, that would mean going back here, which is no problem.
I think when you disconnected, we lost your PowerPoint. So you may have to share your screen again.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can go back to that then, Bear Bud. Are you seeing this?
No.
We are not. You may have to do the whole share process once over again.
Okay. Are you seeing this?
No, I think it booted you out of sharing entirely. You may have to go down to the share screen button, the green one in the middle, in the Teams call, or in the Zoom call, sorry, rather.
Okay, guys, give me a second on this one here.
Sure.
So would I end the show?
You can actually just pop over to the Zoom call and press that green share
No,
screen
I'm
button.
not seeing, I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
Zoom column when you refer that.
Yeah, you may have to leave the full screen mode on PowerPoint first. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to end the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My apologies.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us, everybody. These things happen.
And we are going to send out the PowerPoint.
Okay, yeah.
Joe, can you,
Sorry, go ahead, Brendan.
we're going to send out actually the video recording for this to the participants, so you can refer to the video again. So that'd be a good way to look at what information's been provided. So
Yeah, I'm having difficulty with this on going back to the Zoom call.
Okay.
which slide number was it?
Wow, that's a
Let me see if I can
question.
find it on.
my
Yeah, just pop it
apologies.
up. And we can scroll through, Brendan, if you've got it.
Hold on one second.
While we're getting that up and running, did anybody else have any other questions? I think we ran through all the ones that we had in the chat. Does anybody have any other questions about city
I think that's
services
it,
or
yeah.
access or neighborhood representatives or anything like that? There we go. Thanks, Brandon.
So is everybody seeing this?
Yeah, we're seeing that one.
All right.
Let me just run through it real quick.
Okay. So they're looking for the NPOs. That was the question. Neighborhood police
Yeah.
officer.
Correct.
All right. That's them right there.
There we go. And
As
then we
I
had,
mentioned, as I mentioned a minute ago, Joe Yanez, you have my phone number. If there's anything from this PowerPoint and that I can assist you with, please give me a call. You send me an email at joe.yanez@dallascityhall.com. It's a good question. I can see this question here. You want to bring that to me?
I'll see. They said, how do we find which service region that they're in?
Okay, that's a good question. That's something you might be able to get to at dallascityhall.com. We had that map, but it doesn't have the names of the streets on that map. Again, feel free to give me a call. Joe Yanez, 214-671-8873. Or send me an email, joe.yanez, I spell Yanez, Yanez, at dallascityhall.com, and I'll definitely help you find your service area.
is there like a date? I'm sorry, like an address tool on the website that they can enter, or does it just show the?
No, I'm
region?
not familiar. I'm not familiar with that. Not with service areas. If there would be no, not through our department. We have the neighborhood map that pretty much highlights the neighborhood organizations that are registered with us, but not the service areas.
I
Okay.
do know that there's a
That would take
GIS map.
A deeper dive that I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So the library is going to have 2 additional workshops, including the Data is Power workshops. The next one's going to be on the 27th of January, and then we're going to have another one on the 17th of February. And you can register for those in the events tab on the library website. And I will post that in there momentarily.
All right. I think that's all the questions we had, Joe. Is there anything else that you wanted to add for us?
No, thank you to the Dallas Public Library, and I appreciate everybody's patience during this time. There is a note here from Sandra Bowie, my manager, who's watching, and she says you can call 311, and they will assist you in locating your service area.
Excellent.
Thank you, Sandra. So if there's nothing else, I'd like to again say thank you to Dallas Public Library and to everyone that joined us, and thank you for your patience. And you have my name and number. Feel free to give me a call and drop me an email. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Joe.
Great. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.